It's Saturday the 24th of September. Hello. Come to you with a mixed bag of information. Woke up and see on my feed that very sad news. Pharoah Sanders passed away. We were just talking about the great John Coltrane, whose birthday it was either yesterday or the day before. Well, Pharoah Sanders is in the same camp as John Coltrane. He was a pioneer, blazing, fiery player of the tenor saxophone in particular. Never got to see him play or meet him, but he is so important in the history of jazz music. This one is the oldest one in my collection. It goes back to high school. When this first came out, my friend Everett bought a copy. I got my own copy later. But Astral Traveling, the opening track up here, then into Red, Black, and Green. That's quite a double hitter to start an album. Super intense. I would like to say, from my perspective, that Pharoah Sanders was just like John Coltrane and also Albert Ayler, in that all three of them were doing things with the horn that had, for all intents and purposes, had not been done before. And I think that upon closer examination from some of you listeners, you'll hear that Pharoah Sanders was a force. Can't think of what the record it is, but I've got at least one album where Coltrane and Pharoah Sanders are playing together, and Sanders is basically just whipping Coltrane's ass in certain ways, to my experience. Black Unity, very, very good album, and it's just simply that. It's a iconic character, an important figure in music, historic. Notice I didn't say historic in jazz, I said historic in music. The whole ball, okay? Pharoah Sanders, rest in peace. And I have more Sanders, but I just pulled this also because he just did this. When was this? 2021. With Floating Points, doing this beautiful album, Promises. You know, to the very end, he was on top of his game and being cutting edge. Rest in peace, Pharoah Sanders. I enjoyed sharing my Coltrane story with folks and getting your feedback. That was very nice. It's a good memory. I wish I could remember. I wish I knew the names of some of the other players who were in the house, because I know my house at times was full of famous jazz musicians, but I was just a kid and I didn't know. But the other quick bit of news that's worth sharing, if I can do it right quick. Yeah, right quick. Here we go. Come on. Why do I so hard time getting these records found? Icky. There it is. Okay, so here we go. Oh, sorry. I just have to grab all these. Okay, sorry about that. I want to also share a little fun bit, and the record is out of order somewhere. So, one of the bands that I've been involved with is Icky Blossoms. I was never an actual core member, because the core members are three people. But I helped to write their first single off their first album. I helped to write that. And I've played with them live. I've been a part of the band live. Well, there's a real cool, it's on Instagram mainly, but apparently last night at a fashion show, let me see if I can pull it up. Paris Hilton walked the runway to the song Babes by Icky Blossoms. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, come on, that's a pretty cool thing to be able to say, yeah, on the runway, and they're playing our music. So I'm looking to see, and of course I want to pull it up just right quick to fact check it, and my computer is freezing. And isn't that funny how I was just talking to the professor at UNO about technology and how just when you need it to just work fine, it doesn't. Anyway, I thought that was cool, Icky Blossoms being pumped on the big stereo system while Paris Hilton is walking the runway and looking pretty fabulous too. I'm going to try to pull it up again. Come on, computer. This is fucking ridiculous, isn't it? It's like it knows, oh, you want this? No, you can't have it. Okay, screw it. This is their second album. Their first album must be misfiled. See, this is how I find stuff. Misfiled. Right next to it is Ictus, In the Eyes, Andrea Centazzo. This is a kind of a percussion tour de force. I used to have an original of this. Iconoclasta, I think it's from Mexico. Prague. This is mostly good. Reminiscencias. Reminiscencias. Iconoclasta. And then 2 albums here by Iceberg. Another kind of fusion sound out of Spain, right? Great players and writers. I only have 2 of their albums, but both of them are very good. Iceberg. So, getting ready for my show tonight in Lincoln. But I also have to rehearse with RAF before I go to Lincoln. RAF rehearsed last night. Tim got in from Phoenix. And it's like riding a bike. It only took a few songs for things to start to click and the dust to come right off. Love that band. So if you're in Lincoln, come to Duffy's tonight. I'll be there playing from 9 to 10. Rest in peace, Pharoah Sanders. Everyone take care.